Yo, wait, hold on. We are in the hometown of the web slingers themselves. Let's hear it from Brooklyn to Queens. Yes! All right, who's here? Peter Parker fan? Who here? Miles Morales fan? The spectrum. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm Josh Soleil, and I'm so excited to welcome you to this exclusive reveal of Marvel Spider-Man 2. Let's go. Thanks for swinging to the booth at the Marvel booth here at New York Comic-Con. And I gotta say, the Marvel fans that are watching at home, thanks for watching. The Marvel fans that are here in person, thanks for being here. I love it. We got so many things to give to you. An inside look as well. Amazing art and tech paid for by our friends at PlayStation, y'all. And there's gonna be some giveaways. Yes, there's gonna be reveals. Not one, not 1.5, but the exclusive debut of 2 suits in the game. Yes. All right, but before I get ahead of myself, because I tend to always do that, who here is ready for the release of this game next week? October 20th. Who here took work off already? We won't tell your bosses. Don't worry, we won't tell your bosses. I love it. Well, it's almost here. Check out the incredible photo op on my right. If you haven't already done so, who here has gotten a photo with Peter and Miles? Yeah? There's like a little, symbiote in the back. You gotta watch out for that guy. Now, we just saw in the trailer, this game focuses on Peter and Miles facing down a new symbiote threat. A slew of new villains. We got Kraven, we got the Lizard, and a new adventure that takes place across an expanded Marvel's New York. We got Queens, and we got Brooklyn. Who here's from Queens? Who here's from Brooklyn? Oh, it's pretty even. I love it. Now, on top of all that, Spideys have new skills, new abilities, and of course, fresh new suits. Now, I cannot wait to unlock these suits in the game, and I can't wait to show you the exclusive reveal of 2 suits today. So, I can't be by myself here. So let's welcome, I want to hear a huge welcome for these amazing, unparalleled talent behind this game. First up, INSOMNIAC Games Senior Creative Director, BRYAN INTIHAR! Woo! Let's go. Next up, Thwift over from Brooklyn with us today. Let's hear it for the amazing comics artist, TAURIN CLARKE! Woo! And last, but certainly not least, let's give it up to the former Marvel Stormbreaker and truly sensational illustrator, Peach MOMOKO! Amazing. Woo! All right. Please feel free to sit, enjoy. There's a microphone right below you. Well, welcome to the Marvel stage. Welcome to New York Comic-Con. Now, I gotta say, this place takes across Brooklyn, Queens. Do you have a favorite borough in New York? Let's already start with division.
Oh, that's tough for me to pick, but since it's the first time showing up in our game, I'm gonna say Queens.
Woo-hoo-hoo! TAURIN?
Brooklyn, all day Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Pete, you're gonna break the tie here. Brooklyn or Queens?
I'm sorry, I don't know Brooklyn or Queens too well.
So it's a tie. Love to both boroughs. I love it. Well, I'd be Team Brooklyn. I used to live there. So TAURIN, you and me. Sorry, Brian.
I mean, I also lived in Queens. So Queens get the money.
Queens get the money.
The good news is you don't have to choose. You can enjoy both.
You can join both.
Here we go.
Now, these fans are so hyped for the incredible array of suits. I cannot wait. Brian, if you had to give us a count of how many suits are in the game, what would you say?
So there's actually over 65 suits in the game. And then if you take into account that a lot of them have like different suit styles, there's actually over 200 variants in the entire game.
Did you guys get sleep? Just wondering.
Well, we are called INSOMNIAC for a reason.
Now, I cannot wait. We saw some of the suits in the trailer as well. Which suits are you pumped up for fans to experience?
Well, obviously, these 2 suits I'm here for, but I think that's the thing. There's really, you kind of go between having all different favorites. Obviously, the advanced suit, which is the first one we had in our first game, has a special place in my heart. I mean, seeing someone with this this little guy here, actually with the suit on, wearing it's pretty cool. But we also did, this game does feature the symbiote, so, we want to make a game about that suit in particular, so that's definitely really a big favorite. But there are some, if you're not on the internet and not spoiling everything, there actually are some really cool suits yet to be revealed.
I think the black suit, one of my favorites, so powerful, it's insane. Now, TAURIN and Peach, we're so happy to have you here. Talk about this incredible collaboration with Marvel Games and Insomniac. You're teaming up to design new suits. I cannot believe this. Now, I think, should we show the suits up on screen? What do you think? Should we see the reveal? What? Oh my gosh. That is incredible. First ever New York Comic Con. You get to see this right here. Miles Brooklyn 2099 suit by TAURIN CLARKE.
Insane.
Insane. And the Kumo suit by Peach MOMOKO. Now, these are unlockable in the game, y'all. They're a big deal. You get to see them early right now. TAURIN, let's start with you.
Oh, God.
What's happening? You've drawn for Miles in the comics as well before.
Yeah.
How was designing this suit in the game? What was the process like?
It's wild because initially I wanted to do kind of an homage to our run of Miles, so something along the lines of a bodysuit that was still very Brooklyn, but also kind of futuristic. So keeping it in theme with Chase Conley's design, the anniversary suit, which I believe is also in the game, which is amazing if you guys haven't seen that. Shout out to Chase. Basically, I wanted to do a streamlined version of that with kind of streetwear meets futuristic armor kind of a vibe, but still very much a spider with the 8 eyes and that sort of a thing.
Yes. Oh my God, it's insane. I love it. Peach, I want to go to you. What can you tell us about your design and how did you come up with that suit?
私はスパイダーマンの特徴を意識しつつ、私の表現できる私の好きなスタイルで描きました。それがお祭りをイメージしたものとなっております。
So I really thought about the Spider-Man's characteristics and his what he shows to the world, but I also wanted to show what I can bring to the community, and what I understand the most is the Japanese festival. So I wanted to merge the Spider-Man characteristic with the Japanese festival look.
なのでスーツにこだわらずにデザインしました。
So I was more thinking about the culture more than just the suit.
I love that. I love that. Brian, this collab is insane. What's important for Insomniac Games to work with comic artists to bring these suits into the game?
Well, I think, we always say, since we started working on this franchise 9 years ago, everything starts with the comics. Everything, no matter what. When we're looking at the stories, the characters, the world, but the artists. And I think we're, as someone who can't draw a stick figure, I'm very jealous and inspired by artists like we have here today. And I think it's just us, it's a way for us to thank them for all the inspiration they've given us over the years, whether we're working on Spider-Man games or just Marvel fans, right? So I think, when someone says, hey, can we work with these talented artists, the answer is always yes. So it's just, and now they're also very busy because they have a lot of work to do as well, but I think for us it's just it's a really big honor to have them part of our franchise.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, TAURIN, I'm going to start with you, and I'm going to repeat the same question for Peach. But TAURIN, with you, are there any details in the suit, maybe like hidden gems that you're excited for fans to see the details of?
Off the top of my head, no, not really. It's kind of what it is. I'm surprised the translation from my sketches and my drawings to in-game, the fabrics are a little different, which I like. Like, they actually elevated my vision. Because I wanted more of a runner kind of a material, but almost flat matte black, but they added a little sheen to it. It just looks so over the top polished. It's beautiful. Like, I'm so impressed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. And Peach, same to you. Any details or hidden gems that you have in your suit?
私の場合は、スパイダーマンの皮膚にタトゥーのような彫り物のようなものをデザインしたんですけれども、それが右と左の腕でデザインが違くて、あと背中も雲の入れ墨のデザインを描きました。そこをちょっと こだわったところですね。はい。
So some of the details that I really took really careful approach was both arms has its full sleeve tattoos, traditional Japanese style tattoos, and they're both different. They're not the same, just they're both different. Left arm, right arm is different, and the back tattoo is a spider. So I really wanted to push that boundary.
That's so cool, Bryan.
And, and let me just tell you, like, these are amazing images, but there's nothing actually like playing as these suits in the game. Like, as someone who has, believe it or not, played through the game multiple times, I've used both these suits, and they are even more spectacular actually when you're playing the game.
Well, speaking of playing, how do fans unlock these suits in the game?
That's a great question. So as we know, we have, like I said, over 65 suits, and as you play the game, you're going to be able to do all these different activities all across the world, and sometimes you'll find what we call tech parts. Sometimes you'll complete like an activity. Like, for example, Miles may be helping out a fellow student at Brooklyn Visions Academy, or Peter may be doing something related to Emily May Foundation, and you're what we call these tokens. So there's a combination of like these tech parts and tokens, and if you have enough of them in a certain category, you can unlock both these suits.
Ooh, all right, well, I'll be unlocking every single one for sure. This question goes out to everyone. Peach, we'll start with you. Now, when designing a suit for Peter or Miles, is there anything that special for those specific characters or different between the two when switching between them?
いやー、特にないんですけれども、やはりキャラクターの個性というものを一番デザインをするときにはキャラクターの個性というものを一番に考えるので、そこから入り込むので、マイルズをデザインしていたらもっと違うものにはなっていたと思いますが、はい、もう色そうですね、色を特徴的に出していったり、そうですね、はい。
So there isn't too much thinking of what each character is for me, but I know that the characteristic that's just easy for me to point out is the difference of colors. Like Spider-Man, Peter will be more like blue, red, white. Miles will be more blacker, redder designs. So I know if I designed Miles' suit, it would come out a whole different version of the Japanese festival. So color is basically what I really geared towards.
Yeah, Taurin, same to you.
For me, I think it's more attitude. When I first was put on Miles, it was as a comic, it was different for me because I'm a little bit older than Miles, but I could relate to him as, you know, a young black man when I was a kid. So when I draw Pete, it's very classic John Romita. I'm thinking old school Spider-Man. With Miles, in my mind, it's a little bit more attitude, more like younger, more street smart. It's a different kind of vibe, you know?
Bryan, I saw you smiling with that, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I think I'm smart enough to know to not give too much feedback to such talented artists because, as I said, it's not my forte. And I think for us, it's really important to let artists express themselves. Like, I think, obviously, both artists we have today have their own unique styles. And I think my job as the creative director is to embrace that and support it. So I think what we always want to do, I say 65 suits, we want all of them to feel unique, feel different, and also make sure that they have the spirit of what the artist originally wanted. So the fact that we, you know, for example, and being able to work with my art director, Jacinda Chu, or Bobby Hernandez, our lead concept artist, and just go, do what you and the artist think are right. And I pretty much, that's kind of our North Star always, and the results have been pretty phenomenal since day one.
Pretty phenomenal, it's an understatement. They've been incredibly phenomenal.